What it do, Dream Team? It's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with if you're an American living abroad, tell me why you would never go back. I need to know this answer. It's always intriguing to see these answers and hear these answers. Usually food, healthcare, safety, and there's one job and jobs. Those are usually the four. But you always hear different things, so I'm always intrigued to hear. But before we jump into it, y'all know what I need from y'all. Slap that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all top. You want to subscribe to any of it? Put all the links in the description. All you got to do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. I'm human. I talk back. And if you got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon, or there's a Google form link in the description where we got Americans.
If you're an American living abroad, please tell me why you would never go back.
So I'm a U.S. American, and I've been living in Spain for the last 5 years. And for the first 3.5 years, my reasons would have been things like work-life balance and ease of travel, food, culture. But a year and a half ago, I became a mom, and my reasons for never moving back to the U.S. drastically changed.
Safety.
When my daughter was born, unfortunately, she was diagnosed with HIE, which is a brain injury. She was in the NICU for a week. We got very lucky that it was just a week. They administered several life-saving treatments to her in that week. Wow. Aside from that, I was in the hospital for 4 days, and we left that hospital without paying a single bill. So during that very, very difficult week of talking to multiple doctors and seeing what the future was going to hold, we never had to worry about how we were going to pay for all of this. Something that was nobody's fault and was just a thing that happened, unfortunately. So my daughter is now under the care of a neurologist for, if all goes well, 3 years. And I can't imagine having to pay for a pediatric specialist for what you can consider to be a pre-existing condition in the U.S. Like, how would I pay for that? And before you start, I had insurance when I lived in the U.S. I had decent insurance, and I still don't know how I would afford all of those specialist visits, aside from just regular pediatrician visits. And then there's childcare. We pay about $200 a month for public daycare, and she goes for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and she is thriving.
Wow.
If we lived back in the States, it would mean I would have to quit my job, and just being a stay-at-home mom is not my journey. Or I would have to go back to working my 50, 60 hours that I used to work, and pay the bulk of my income to childcare.
Big time. Or
hire a nanny, or depend on family members, older family members probably, to take care of her. Like, I don't know how y'all do it. I really don't. Hats off to you, because parenting is difficult in any country.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you afford it in the U.S.
Big time. I understand. Her reason is very valid. Big time. Just medical bills alone for a pre-existing condition that no one that couldn't be controlled, couldn't be helped. And for her to, you know what I'm saying, for $200 a month for childcare, that's crazy. That's wild. Yeah. So I understand her reasoning. Big time. She makes a valid point.
Country, but I don't know how you afford it in the U.S.
If you're an American living abroad, please tell me why you would never go back.
First off, hi. I'm also an American living in Germany. I don't know that I could say I would never go back. It's just so absolute, and I don't know how my life would change in a few years. But what I can say about why I've stayed in Germany as long as I have is because of these social benefits. I mean, the sick leave, the employees' rights, the renters' rights, the paternal and maternal leave, the good wages, infrastructure. I mean, the buses here, the U-Bahn, the S-Bahn, like the transportation is so reliable and so clean. And yeah, I mean, the recycling here is great. There's incentive. It's a lot of reasons.
Such this.
Shout out Germany.
Living abroad, please tell me
why
why
he found
you
a
would never
place.
go back.
That's so dope.
That's an easy one. I live in the UK. So if I were to develop a medical condition that required constant care, or even an emergency situation where I needed immediate care, I wouldn't have to contemplate whether or not I could afford to take myself to the doctor, to the hospital. I could just go. And also, even though I'm never planning on having children, I don't have to worry about how much it's going to cost to buy them a bulletproof backpack.
If you're an American living abroad, please.
I do. I guess because the school shootings, I understand that. Yeah, but she has valid reasons. For sure, valid reasons. Definitely understandable.
Buy them a bulletproof backpack.
If you're an American living abroad, please tell me why you would never go back.
Okay, so I definitely have like a whole list of reasons why. But number one thing is that I think I would be living out of a cardboard box if I lived in the States, because my student loan payments are so high, and teaching in the States, you just don't make a lot of money. And I honestly think that I would be living out of a cardboard box, or be living with my parents, and that that is not Another huge reason is like these three right here, my three loves. You can't see. Oh, there she is. I would not be able to have pets in the States. It is so expensive to own pets in the States. Here, like if they get sick and I take them to the vet, the most I've ever spent is like $250, which I mean it's a lot, but it's nothing compared to what it would be in the States. And that was when Sadie was like really sick. Another reason, cost of healthcare. I just had to go to the ER like a couple weeks ago, and it cost me $43,000 to go to the ER and to be there for hours and get tests done and get medicine included. $43,000, and I only pay like $100 for insurance a month. In the States, I was making $11,000 a year, and they were trying to charge me $300 or $400 a month, making $11,000 a year.
That's impossible. You do live 11,000 a year. I guess she said she was a college student, right? Or at the time she had to be a college student. 11,000 a year. Sheesh. You can't afford to live. You better yet pay any kind of insurance on $11K a year
or $400 a month, making $11,000 a year. How are you supposed to afford that? And even with that, it wasn't good insurance. I would have still had to pay so much if I had to go to the hospital. Another reason is I feel so safe here. Korea is not as safe as people say it is, but it is still very safe. I mean, you still have to be very careful. Being a woman in any country, you have to be careful. But compared to the States, where I used to literally see gunshots, like the muzzle flares in my neighborhood when I was like a kid. In the States, I feel so much safer in Korea. And just in general, my life here is so much better than I think my life could ever be in the States. So I came to Korea I told everyone I'm going to Korea, I'm never coming back, and it's been 3 years and I'm sticking with that.
If you're Shout out Korea. Abroad, please tell me why you would never go back.
Hey TikTok, it's Sedona Lee. I am an American abroad and I live in Leipzig, Germany. I have also lived in Europe another period of time for 10 years, and that was not a great fit for me. So the first thing that works is that I like where I'm at. The next thing that works is 15% of my income goes to my health care, and there are no surprise bills.
That's nice.
The next thing is that my rent for my apartment is 25% of my income, not 70% like it was in Portland. I live in a young and vibrant city where all kinds of people from all walks of life and any kind of person you could imagine lives here, and nobody bats an eye. That's why I love where I live. And the only way I would go back is if I was offered something better than I have here.
If you're an American living abroad, please tell me why.
I feel that. Sometimes you find the right fit and you just love everything about that fit, and it's just for you. You feel like she said she lived in Europe, it just wasn't the right fit, but Germany was the right fit. She loved everything about it, and I love that. And everybody should find the right fit for them.
If you're an American living abroad, please tell me why you would never go back.
Sure, I can give you my viewpoints. For context, I'm from South Carolina, but I live in South Korea. I've been here since May 2016. I'm in my classroom now, actually.
South Korea. Shout out classroom. Korea again.
Numerous reasons why I never want to move back to USA. One, the police. American police. Just knowing that, and even me, like when I was living in the U.S. before I moved to Korea, I always got scared of police because I was wondering in the back of my mind that, if I do something wrong, if he pulls me over, what if he shoots me? What if I'm going to die if I get game over right then and there? And just knowing that well, not just in Korea, but any other countries really. Just knowing that, oh, the police, they're going about their day. I can mind my business. I can do what I need to do and go back home safely. Not got to worry about them ever again. It's an amazing feeling. Reason number 2, healthcare. Just knowing that, oh, if I ever get sick, I can just end up going to the hospital or medical center, get checked out, and go back home. Just, and I had to worry about, oh, am I in network, or will this hospital doctor, will they take my insurance? No. At least in South Korea, I can go to the hospital, whether it be a public or private medical center, get checked out, go home, well, pay the bill, and then go home, of course, and just never have to worry about being in debt ever again when it comes to medical care. Because nobody should have to be in debt for medical care. Just get health care. That should be a right, human right. I don't care what side of political spectrum you're on. Nobody should be in debt. Just to say, or have to worry about, oh, will my insurance cover it? Will my employer's insurance cover it? Or am I in network? No one should have to worry about that. You should worry about getting better, recovering, and go home. That's it.
Agreed.
Also, number 3, I just don't have an incentive to move back to USA ever. Like most people who use family or friends, they miss their friends, their family. I miss them too. I miss my family. I miss my friends. Except Bryson Corday. I hate you, Jamal Simmons. I hate you. Especially hate you, Reggie Simmons. Nah, I'm joking. Love you guys. But I just don't have that incentive to move back so quickly. Unless I have absolutely no choice to move back, then I'll do it. But for now, I just don't have it. Lastly, for me, I feel that if I ever move back to USA, I'll probably lose my confidence. I'll probably lose my independence. Because for me, at least, living abroad in general, not just, it can't be Johnson, South Korea, it could be anywhere. Just I felt more confident. I felt more accomplished. I've done more things that were ever done than if I ever lived in the U.S. Like, for example, I became an author. I wrote 2 books, and I'm kind of working on my 3rd book right now. And I would have never done so. I wouldn't have pushed myself to do so if I had still stayed in the USA. And also COVID happened too. That also pushed me to do that too. But but yeah, like I said, I miss my family. I miss my friends. And then, yes, I do miss shopping because I'm a giant. I can't buy clothes in Korea. But other than that, I just can't think of a good reason to move back to the USA. I'll go back to visit, but I ain't moving back.
If you're an American living abroad, please tell me why you would never go back.
Valid reasons for sure.
I'm not American, but I live in America and I travel quite a bit. This brand new 1-bedroom apartment costs only about $400 a month.
Where?
And this right here.
Where you at, bro? 400. I need
to know. A new 1-bedroom apartment costs only about $400 a month. And this right here is the view that I wake up to every single day.
That's incredible.
I can easily get a detailed nomad healthcare, which costs about $40 a month. I don't have to be force-fed bullshit by the media about being black. I don't have to worry about being shot to death in a shopping mall by some angry narcissist. Although I make more, but I can easily live on $1,000 a month if I wanted to. Now I can actually afford nice things, go to nice dinners with friends without having to worry about some unexpected expense coming up. Look, I can go on and on and on. And while I'm grateful that I can even call myself a US resident despite my background, there is so many things I would change.
If you're an American living abroad, please tell me why you would never go back.
Okay, so this is mine.
What's that? What was
Hi, TikTok.
What was that? What was that? Friend? Is that she in France? What? Y'all tell me what that means. I don't know. I'm lost.
Hi, TikTok. So I'm an American living in Germany.
I don't live abroad yet. I plan on retiring soon and moving to Iceland. I can't get citizenship in Iceland until I've lived there for a couple of years. But all the reasons everybody else is putting about why they wouldn't want to live here, I understand. The Nordic countries have their act together big time. And there would be no chance that Trump would ever be president there.
Yeah, it sounds like everybody loves where they live, and for reasons like we kind of saw, healthcare is huge. Childcare, the cost of living sounds cheaper in a lot of different places. Work atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? And as far as vacations and all of that, other dude said his confidence shot up outside of this country, and so everybody has a reason. I love that they found a great fit for themselves, And I love that, which everybody should. Shout out to all you other countries. You guys are amazing. That's all we got for this one. If you guys got a favorite video you want to see me react to, you can subscribe to Patreon, leave a suggestion. Or in the description section, there's a Google form link. Hit the link, fill out your suggestion, send it to me. Let me get to yours faster than others. Fill out premium, but make sure you hit subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You want to subscribe to any of it? Follow the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy D Neal. Out.